the world. Let's bring it home. Nigerians are reacting to the bold promises made by presidential candidate of Nigerian Democratic Congress, Peter Obi, who declared over the weekend that if elected in 2027, his administration will increase Nigeria's power generation and distribution to at least 10,000 megawatts. In just 4 years, Peter Obi made the comment at the NDC National Convention in Abuja, where he described Nigeria's current output of 4,000 megawatts for over 200 million people as completely unacceptable. Let's take a look.
It is totally unacceptable. Today, Nigeria is the country with the highest number of citizens without access to electricity in the whole world. About 100 million Nigerians don't have access to electricity. In today's world, it is unacceptable. It cannot happen. And I pledge on behalf of our government that in 4 years, this country will generate and distribute at least 10,000 megawatts for the 4,000 they are doing today. It is something we have studied. We are not going to get into government and start giving you a excuse where it will not happen.
All right, this story has garnered a lot of reactions, and I'll take some tweets. This is from MD, who wrote, "It is not by mouth, I can assure you. He doesn't know what he's talking about, because if it is that easy, former presidents, Obi, Yaradua, Jonathan, Buhari would have done it and taken the glory. Obi is just a noisemaker who doesn't know the depth of the valley. The pin fell." Now, Matt wrote, "We need our politicians to debate and lay out how they plan to execute their plans. We're tired of hearing what they plan to do. We need to start holding them accountable on how they will execute their plans, because most Nigeria challenges can be solved with clarity of thoughts and vision." All right, of course, you can understand why these comments have sparked fierce debate online, because Nigeria's power crisis is not new. It is decades old, and every administration has promised to fix it. The question Nigerians are asking is simple. What makes this time different? I'll come to you, Rufai. I mean, we have seen Peter Obi campaign hard, especially, with this electricity crisis that we're facing in Nigeria. I believe in the 2023 elections, even during the course of the election, he did visit some countries that have, Egypt in particular, to study their electricity grid. Your thoughts?
A couple of things. So, at first, that's what scrutiny has begun.
Yeah.
To build for fresh 10,000 megawatts is between $8 billion to about $30 billion. To build 6,000 megawatts, if he says they are pre-existing 4,000, I want to add 6,000 to it to make it 10,000, is between $4 billion to $25 billion. And when I say 4 to 25, depending on your energy mix. So are you going to use wind? Are you going to use solar? Are you going to use gas? Are you going to use coal? How are you going to build it? Whatever way, that's the mix. The question we should ask him is, Nigeria's current revenue, how much did we make last year? Is it about 30? Is it close to $30 billion in our revenue that we made last year? $30 billion, okay. So investing $30 billion out of $30 billion we are making every year, is that you're going to increase revenue? How will you see 8 to 10 billion or 25 billion to spread over 4 years? That would be an average of like $2 to $5 billion each on this project. How are you going to get it? What's going to be your business model? What partnership are you going to do? Yes, you went to study the Egyptian model, the Siemens model. What partnership are we going to do? How are we going to get it done? And the time frame of getting this. Like Roto said rightly, we have a store capacity of 13,000 megawatts. But when you check, there's a Twitter page called National Grid where you see how much. Well, we produce less than 4,000, The days we do 5,000, 6,000, or 5,000 something or 6,000, we celebrate. So if you have that, so how are you going to be able to look for that money? So who is going to bring that money? How are you going to bring the money in? That's the cost. I've been able to lay out his work. I would like to challenge Mr. Peter Obi's presidential campaign team at the NDC to give us the cost breakdown. I've given a cost breakdown. Let them give us the cost breakdown. Let's exchange notes and start to tackle ourselves.
All right. Rufy on fire. All right. Well, and reactions are trailing dramatic scenes from Abuja over the weekend. FCT Minister Nyesom Wike had threatened to revoke the license of any venue that hosted what he described as an illegal PDP convention. And true to his word, police barricaded the original venue in Wuse 2, forcing the Turaki-led faction to relocate. On the 3rd, the group moved to its own secretariat in Area 10 and in less than 20 minutes ratified former President Goodluck Jonathan as its 2027 presidential candidate. Let's take a look.
PDP, do we clearly understand the motion?
Yes.
Now, those in favor of the motion that we hereby adopt President Goodluck Jonathan as our sole presidential candidate, say aye. Those against, say nay. Kindly put your hands together for President Goodluck Jonathan.
All right, this was the story over the weekend, Vimbai. And I'll take a reaction from Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, who was fired back, describing the Turaki-led PDP's nomination of Jonathan as a bizarre comedy taking too far. In a post on Sunday, Keyamo questioned how a faction not even registered on INEC's website could hand a presidential ticket to a former president by proxy. And I'll read Keyamo's tweet. He wrote, "This is some kind of bizarre comedy taken too far by supposedly grown adults and some names that were actually in the corridors of power at some point in this country, giving a whole presidential ticket to an ex-president and statesman by proxy and by a bunch of people not even registered on INEC's website. And they don't give a hoot dragging such a revered figure into their charade. That is certainly a journey to nowhere. Quite sad. For the sake of his global image, President Goodluck Jonathan must immediately issue a strong no thank you statement. Least Nigeria begin to recall the clueless campaign that got him out of power. First sitting president to be so ousted." Vimbai.
Well, there's a lot here. Well, first of all, former President Goodluck Jonathan is absolutely within his rights if he does decide to act on the mandate that has been given to him, and nobody can tell him, to back off or to abandon those aspirations. Let's just start there. He is a very respected and revered Pan-African and global statesman, and we trust that he will do whatever he thinks is best for him and for the nation with regards to making this decision. So until we hear from him, we hold tight and we wait until we hear from him. We are holding our breath. Please don't make us hold our breath too long.
Not too long. I think he was quite correct. Festus Keyamo right there.
Right. Now, very quickly to issues around the Minister of the FCT regulating access to venues. Now, when the ADC convention was happening, before Peter Obi and Kwankwaso left, there had been these stories circulating around the issues they had accessing venues and so forth, and most times they were dismissed. But this now validates the fact that they were not wrong, because they said that, these ADC people are telling tales by moonlight and so forth. But now it's now out in the open that the FCT is regulating the gathering of political parties. Now, the FCT is not in a position to determine who is a legal or an illegal faction of a political party. The courts have the jurisdiction and the sole jurisdiction to do so. So they can make their application with the courts if they feel an illegal gathering is being held. But in my life, I'm very young, but in my life, I've never seen a candidate who has not spoken or said he is interested in joining a race being given by proxy. I mean, this is quite historic. Yes, we're both very young.
Well, all right, we're waiting for former President Goodluck Jonathan to make a statement. Let's take another story now. Nigerian social media is on fire. And it strikes at the heart